Hello friends and welcome to Miss Debbie's STEM class number 3. We're so happy to see you and today we're going to have lots and lots of fun. Before we get started, let's sing our hello song. Are you ready, Coco? Are you ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3. It's time to wave our hands and say hello. Hello. It's time to wave our hands and say hello. Hello! I'm so glad that you are here. Are you ready to have some fun? Let's smile and wave our hands and say hello. Hello, friends, and welcome again to Miss Debbie's STEM class. Coco and I are very excited for today's lesson because we are going to be doing some science with foods that you might see around the holidays. Thanksgiving is coming up. And there are lots of other holidays coming up, and we make lots and lots of food in our kitchen for our families. Now, some of the foods that we have in our kitchen and some of Coco's favorite foods are butter. You like butter, don't you, Coco? Miss Debbie loves butter. Do you like butter? Butter is yummy. And also corn. Corn is one of my favorite vegetables. Do you like corn? Corn is so yummy. You can have corn on the cob, or you can eat corn out of a can or frozen corn. Corn is delicious. And Coco loves corn on the cob, don't you, Coco? Yes, he does. So we're going to be doing some science experiments with butter, corn, and last but not least, some cranberries. It's harvest time and there's lots of cranberries around right now. So we thought we might have fun with some of those foods. We are also going to be reading a book about another food that you see around the holidays. And it is called, can you tell me? Do you have any ideas? Turkey, that's right. And Coco loves this book about turkey trouble. A friend of his is in trouble and he's a really smart turkey and he comes up with a great idea on Thanksgiving Day. So before we get started with some of our food science activities, let's have fun reading Turkey Trouble. Here goes. Our storytime book is called Turkey Trouble, and this book is written by Wendy Silvano and illustrated by Lee Harper. Turkey Trouble. Does that turkey look like he's in trouble? Do you see his face? He really does. What does it look like he's on? It looks like he's on a serving platter. Maybe being ready to get cooked. Let's find out. Turkey trouble. Turkey's dreaming. Dream, dream, dream. There's his dream clouds. He's having a dream that he's getting ready to be cooked. Turkey trouble. He's running. Do you see him running out of the barn? Turkey is in trouble. Turkey was in trouble. Bad trouble. The kind of trouble where it's almost Thanksgiving and you're the main course. But Turkey had an idea. That's where Coco said Turkey was a smart turkey. Let's see if he is a smart turkey. Said the farmer. That looks like it might be his son. And there's Turkey. Does it look like Turkey's hiding? Looks like he might be hiding behind that barrel. What if he didn't look like a turkey? What if he looked like a horse? Surely Farmer Jake wouldn't eat a horse for Thanksgiving. His costume wasn't bad. In fact, Turkey looked just like a horse. Do you think Turkey looks just like a horse? Look at those horses. Are they laughing at Turkey? Do you think they think Turkey looks like a horse? No. Turkey looked just like a horse. Almost. Moo, said the cow. Stop horsing around, Turkey. How'd you know it was me, moaned Turkey. You're too short, said cow. Gobble, gobble, grumbled Turkey. But looking at cow gave Turkey a new idea. Surely Farmer Joe wouldn't eat a cow for Thanksgiving. Uh-oh. You think Turkey's gonna dress up like a cow? His costume wasn't bad. Where is he? There he is. Do you think he looks like a cow? Not bad. In fact, Turkey looked just like a cow. Almost. Look at the cow's eyes. Do you think they think he looks like a cow? I don't think so. Oink, 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 snorted the pig. Can you oink with Miss Debbie? Give me 3 oinks. Oink, oink, oink. Very good, snorted pig. Holy cow, is that you, Turkey? How'd you know it was me, groaned Turkey? You're too skinny, said Pig. Gobble, gobble, grumbled Turkey. Can you gobble, gobble with me? Gobble, gobble. Good job. But looking at Pig gave Turkey a new idea. Oh boy. Surely Farmer Jake would need a pig for Thanksgiving. What do you think? Do you think Turkey's going to make a good pig? I don't know. He hasn't had much luck with the last 2 animals. His costume wasn't bad. In fact, Turkey looked just like a pig. Do you think Turkey looks just like those other pigs? He's got a pig nose. It's a good try. Almost, Turkey. What does the sheep say? That's right, baa. Can you say baa with me? Baa! Bleated sheep. Quit being a ham, Turkey. How'd you know it was me, wailed Turkey. You're too clean, said sheep. Gobble, gobble, grumbled Turkey. Look at him sitting up against the pig. But looking at sheep gave Turkey a new idea. Surely Farmer Jake would need a sheep for Thanksgiving. Oh no, Turkey. His costume wasn't bad. In fact, Turkey looked just like a sheep. Almost. Look at Turkey. He looks silly. I think that's my favorite costume so far. Do you think he looked like a sheep? I don't know. Who's looking at him? Is that Rooster? Let's see. What does Rooster say? That's right, cock-a-doodle-doo. Can you say cock-a-doodle-doo with me? Cock-a-doodle-doo, crowed Rooster. Bad idea, Turkey. How did you know it was me, howled Turkey. You're too brown, squawked Rooster. Gobble, gobble, grumbled Turkey. But looking at Rooster gave Turkey a new idea. In fact, it was his best idea yet. Ooh, I hope so. He already looked a lot like Rooster. This costume would be easy. Surely Farmer Jake wouldn't need a rooster for Thanksgiving. Do you think? Do you think they might eat a rooster for Thanksgiving? Let's see. Oh, look at that costume. So he thinks that he wouldn't eat a rooster for Thanksgiving, or would he? Rooster might be his next choice. Turkey worried, since roosters and turkeys look so much alike. Oh, gobble, gobble. Farmer Jake came into the barn. Turkey, turkey, oh turkey, come out, wherever you are. Oh no, Turkey better run and hide. That's just what he's doing. Where's the turkey? Asked Farmer Jake's wife. I don't know, he said. I looked everywhere. Oh dear, what will we do without a turkey for Thanksgiving? Well, we could always eat the rooster, I guess. That was Turkey's worst nightmare. There he is looking like a rooster. What is Turkey going to do now? Oh no, not Rooster, thought Turkey. He looked around desperately for one more idea. Then he found it. I wonder what his idea is going to be. It looks like he's in the vegetable garden. There are some peppers, mushrooms, onions, and tomatoes. What do you think his next idea is? His costume wasn't bad. In fact, it was Turkey's best yet. Ding dong! Happy Thanksgiving! Gobbler's pizza. Did he make pizza with the mushrooms and the tomatoes? Did you order a pizza? Asked Farmer Jake's wife. Nope, he said, but it's a good idea. I hope it works. Soon they all sat down and gobbled up the pizza. Pizza for Thanksgiving. Yum. and it was Turkey's best Thanksgiving ever. Yay, Turkey! He tricked the farmer and his wife, and he got away with not being the main dish on Thanksgiving. The end. Well, I hope you enjoyed that book. And now we are going to get into some fun science activities with food you see around the holidays. Let's go. Welcome to our first science activity. Like we said earlier, there's so much science that goes on in the kitchen, and we have so many supplies on hand where we could do fun science experiments. The first science experiment that we're going to be doing is something called magic corn. Now, we've all seen corn before. We eat corn. Corn is delicious. You might have frozen corn, corn that comes out of a can, corn on the cob. But today we're going to be using something called dried corn. And this is what you make popcorn out of. Popcorn, right here, yummy, crunchy popcorn. If you don't have dried corn to use, you could use dried cranberries as well. Now, the first thing that we are going to need is a jar, something clear so that you can see this science activity. Because what we're going to do is make corn dance. We all like to dance. Coco loves this activity. Coco loves to dance. He's going to sit by and watch. Now, like I said, we're going to need a jar full of clear water. Then we're going to need some vinegar. I'm sure you have vinegar in your household. You could use apple cider vinegar or you can use white vinegar. And then we're going to need some baking soda. Depending on how many times you want to try, you're going to need at least 2 teaspoons to try it once. The other thing that we are going to need is a spoon. And we are going to perform a science experiment. We are going to make corn dance. And making corn dance is a result of mixing 2 objects together, which are going to be the baking soda and the vinegar. It's going to have a chemical reaction. This is going to be so much fun. We're going to be like real live scientists. Because when baking soda, which is called a base, is mixed with vinegar, which is an acid, they produce a gas. So we're going to mix 2 different things together to make something completely different. Now, this gas is called carbon dioxide. I know there are a lot of fancy words here, but Miss Debbie just wants you to hear them and be familiar with them. The carbon dioxide makes bubbles because they're a gas, just like a bubble. And they make bubbles in the water. And those bubbles give these little corn kernels a ride on them up to the tippity top of the water. And then when they pop, the corn falls right back down again until it can find another carbon dioxide bubble to take a little ride on. So we are going to see if we can make corn dance. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. The first step to get started is to fill your jar with water. Then you're going to take a couple teaspoons full of baking soda. You're going to put it in your water very slowly. 1 and 2. Oh, Miss Debbie forgot to mention that you're going to need a tray to work on. Or you can do this in the sink. Because it's going to get a little bit messy, but it's easy cleanup, so it's not a big worry. So Miss Debbie has a tray here, just to catch the mess. Okay, so I put in my 2 teaspoons of baking soda and I mixed it up as you saw. Made sure it dissolved. Now I'm going to add some corn kernels to the water. And remember, if you don't have corn kernels, you could use dried cranberries. I'm sure there are other things that you can use as well, just as long as they're hard and they don't mush in the water. So I'm going to add some of my corn kernels to the water. Do you like that, Coco? Coco loves corn. Do you love corn? Okay, so now we've got that there. Now, I want us to be scientists. We are going to make a prediction. That means we're going to guess what we think will happen to the corn when we add the vinegar to it. Now, we said that the corn may dance, and that means it's going to go up and down. So let's think. What do you think is going to happen when we pour this in? That's right, there's going to be a chemical reaction. And like we said, there's going to be carbon dioxide bubbles that are going to carry this corn and make it dance. So grab your little cup of vinegar and you're going to slowly pour it in to your glass of water with your corn kernels and get ready to watch something happen. Here we go. Oh, look at that. I have a corn kernel already going up to the top. Here we go. Put it in. Look at that. Did you see that reaction? Now look at all the corn kernels that are at the top. And some are going up. And some are going down. My corn kernels are dancing around. Can you see them? Some are going up again. And they're going back down. Oh, there's another one dropping down to the bottom. There it goes. There's another one creeping back up to the top. And that's how you make a chemical reaction in your very own kitchen. Have fun. Another science activity that we can do today involves making our very own butter. I love butter, especially on the Thanksgiving table. You can put it on your vegetables, you can put it on bread, you can put it on anything. Butter is delicious. But did you know that people have been making butter for many years? They can make it on their own instead of buying it in the grocery store like this at a stick of butter. You can make your very own fresh butter. And what you're going to be doing is using a mason jar or a plastic bowl, but both things you use need to have a cover. You're also going to need some heavy cream. You can use heavy whipping cream or heavy cream. And we are going to do a science experiment because we are going to change one thing into another. We're going to change heavy cream into a solid. So are you ready? All right, let's go. The first thing that you are going to need to do is choose what you're going to use to shake your butter. Now, Miss Debbie's going to use the mason jar, and I have here 8 ounces of heavy cream. The amount of cream that you're going to use depends on the bowl or the mason jar that you're going to be using, because you want to fill it halfway. So I'm going to take my cream, and I'm going to pour it into my mason jar here. And there you go. That's less than halfway, but that's okay. You don't want it more than halfway. Now, with your little hands, if you're doing this experiment, you might want to use baby food jars, something that's smaller and that you can handle a little bit better with your hands. If you have some empty baby food jars, you can use those, or some smaller plastic containers. The next thing that you are going to do is put your cover on. And now comes the fun part. You are going to shake this jar, or whatever you're using, for about 5 to 7 minutes. This is a great group activity, so if you wanted to do this as a family, you could do this Thanksgiving morning, and you could all take turns shaking the jar until it's about 5 to 7 minutes. Now, this butter only lasts for about a day or two, so if you're going to be using it for something that you're eating, you might want to do it the day you use it. Okay, so we're going to shake this for about 5 to 7 minutes, and you're going to give it some good hard shakes, just like this. Up and down, back and forth. Sometimes, depending on what size the jar is that you're using, you can even put a spoon in there, like a metal spoon, and it helps agitate the liquid. Now, you could also use a mixer. If you have a mixer at home and you want to use that to make things happen a little bit faster, you can do that. Or you can do it both ways. You can shake it and use a mixer and compare what happened and how quick each one was done. Now we're going to continue shaking this, like I said, for about 5 to 7 minutes. After about 2 minutes of shaking, though, Miss Debbie wants you to take the cover off and check in and peek to see what your liquid looks like. We haven't been shaking it for 2 minutes yet, but I want you to notice the change, if there is any change in your cream after about 2 minutes. It should look like heavy whipped cream. So keep shaking that for 2 minutes and check it and see what it looks like. And then I want you to continue shaking for about 7 minutes. Okay, after about 7 minutes of shaking, you should notice that there has been a liquid that's formed. So you started with a liquid, you're shaking it, shaking it, shaking it, and now you might notice in there that you have a solid and some liquid. So keep shaking. After you see the liquid and a little bit of a clump, keep shaking for about 1 more minute. Shake, 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 shake. And then what you're going to do is take your cover off of your bowl or your jar, and you're going to see that you have some homemade butter in there that you made just by shaking some cream. Now what you're going to do is, if you're at a sink, you can take the butter out and put it in a strainer or in a bowl. Miss Debbie doesn't have a sink here, so what I'm going to do is pour out some of this milk. This is buttermilk. I'm going to pour this out. And then what I have here is butter, and I'm going to put it in my water because I'm going to rinse it off and get all the buttermilk off. Buttermilk can be a little bit bitter, so you don't want that in your butter. I'm going to rinse it off. Rinse, rinse, rinse. And then it's like Play-Doh. You can mold it together. Rinse it again. Rinse it really good. It's a little bit sticky. You might want to have a paper towel close by, or a towel. And then once you have rinsed it off, you're going to mold it together another time. And there you have made butter. You have changed cream, which is a liquid, into a solid just by shaking it. To know the science behind making butter. There are molecules, fat molecules that are in the cream. You can't see them, but they're there. Molecules are everywhere. There are fat molecules in the cream. And when we shake those molecules together, they get agitated and they start to stick together. They clump together like the best of friends. And that makes them form a solid. All those fat molecules, they're escaping the liquid, they're hugging each other, and they form a big fat clump. Now, I would like you to try another experiment. If you have time, try some cream that's been left out on the counter for a little bit, instead of using cold cream from the fridge. And I want you to shake that cream just like you did with the cold cream that we used. And I want you to see which butter was easier to make. The butter that used the warm cream or the butter that used the cold cream. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a hint. When you warm molecules, they move faster. So I want you to have fun doing that experiment and enjoy your butter. Another fun food that you may see around the holidays is cranberries. And we are going to do an engineering activity with cranberries and toothpicks. If you don't have cranberries at home, if you have little mini marshmallows or little gummy candies, anything that you can stick a toothpick into that isn't too messy, with the permission of an adult, we can make some cranberry structures. And these are simple ideas to try. You can try building a house, building shapes, making towers, making people, maybe even making letters or numbers. And we're going to have lots of fun doing this. And Miss Debbie has also included a printable here with some ideas of things that you can make and what you'll need. So if you want to make this triangle that we'll try out here, we're going to need 3 toothpicks. And guess how many cranberries we're going to need to make a triangle? 1, 2, 3. That's right, 3. So we're first going to start off with 1 of our toothpicks, and we're going to gently stick it into our triangle. We're going to gently stick it into our cranberry. Now, Miss Debbie has found that these round toothpicks with a little point at the end work a little bit better, but if you have the flat toothpicks, they can work. You just need to push it in a little bit harder. So I'm also going to put another cranberry at the end here. So there is 1 toothpick with 2 cranberries at the end. Now what I'm going to do is take another one. I'm going to put it at an angle here. I'm trying to make the shape of a triangle. And I'm also going to take my last toothpick, my 3rd toothpick, and I'm going to put it here at an angle as well. Now, where will we put our last cranberry? That's right, right at the tippity top here. And we're going to be gentle because we need to stick this cranberry with both sticks, both toothpicks here. So Miss Debbie has gently pushed them in. And we have made our first shape. we made a triangle with 3 toothpicks and 3 cranberries. Let's see what else we can make. Maybe we can go for a square. Let's try a square. So it says we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4 toothpicks and 1, 2, 3, 4 cranberries. Now you don't have to follow this sheet. You can make whatever you want. This is an open-ended activity. Be as creative as you'd like. But Miss Debbie just wanted to start you off with some simple examples of things that you could engineer using cranberries and toothpicks. Let's do one more activity together and then I'll let you be and make whatever you want on your own. So I'm going to take 1 of my 4 toothpicks. I'm going to need 4 cranberries, so let me get those ready. 1, 2, and 1 more. So I have 1 here, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to put another one here. Now what am I going to do with one of these? What am I going to do with this toothpick? That's right, I'm going to stick it on the end of one of the other cranberries. And what am I going to do with this toothpick? That's right, stick it on the other end to match it up. Now, what should I do with this cranberry? Yes, put it on the end here. And I'm going to take this toothpick and stick it in right here. And now, just like we did with the triangle, the trickiest part is putting the last 2 pieces together. So we're going to have to gently stick the cranberry in here, pull this one back a little bit, and stick it in there. And ta-da! We have made a square out of cranberries and toothpicks. I hope you have a lot of fun with that activity. Thank you so much for joining Miss Debbie and my friend Coco here, talking about food and science that we can do with all these different types of foods that we see on the holiday. Miss Debbie hopes you had as much fun as we did. And until we see you again next week, my friends, stay happy and healthy. Bye.